Hello guys, my name is Ben, and today I show you Isekai Harem anime with overpowered main character. Guys, please help me get 500 subscribers. You just need to press one button, and it helps me a lot. Thanks in advance. Well, I wish you an enjoyable viewing experience. Let's go! Denchi Muyo, War on Geminor. Kenji Masaki is a teenager leading a normal life until he was kidnapped by some mysterious girls and unwittingly brought to an alternate universe called Geminor. Upon his arrival in Geminor, a secret organization forced Kenshin into assassinating the gorgeous Princess Leshara. In his attempt to kill the princess, he ends up being captured by her instead. But admired by Kenshin's skills, Princess appoints him as her new servant rather than imprisoning him. From here begins Kenshin's new life. He attends to Holy Land, a super elite academy, and meets other noble girls, while serving Lashara. Have not to summon a demon lord. Takuma Sakamoto is a shatin who plays the MMORPG Cross Reverie all days. As a character named Diablo in Cross Reverie, he is infamously known as the strongest player. Takuma has defeated countless players with unparalleled equipment and unrivaled skills. One day he wakes up in Diablo's body and witnesses the world of Cross Reverie at its real. After waking up, he finds that two young girls named Shira and Rem have summoned him. The girls attempt an enslavement ritual to turn Takuma into their self, but due to Takuma's unique ability called Magic Reflection, the girl instead became his slaves. Nice. With max out abilities, Takuma decides to explore the fantasy worlds along with his new companions. Why this guy? Why not me? The 8th son? Are you kidding me? We follow Shinga Ichinomiya, who was suddenly in a different world and in a different body. He finds himself as a little boy named Wendlin. However, his family are poor nobles, and him being the 8th son, not even talk about who's inheriting what. Since he ends up with nothing, he stumbles upon a magic testing orb, proving that he has an inkling of magic. A former court wizard, Alfred, senses his magic and decides to teach him in secret. After being schooled in magic and swordmanship, he had a talent that could bring his family some good fortune. But the contrary happened. Instead of bringing his family a good image, his talent drove him away from them. So he begins his journey of self-discovery and eventually finds himself a wife. If you're interested in how his story plays out and just about how many wives he gets, then go ahead and look this anime up. The greatest demon lord is reborn as a typical nobody. Bane, the most powerful demon lord. Varvatos now views his life as boring. To solve his seemingly middle-life crisis, he decides to reincarnate and calibrate his powers to an average level. The world he reincarnated into sort of had other plans, as those around him were pretty weak compared to him, so he was still very OP. Going by the name Art, he attracts royal families, begging him to be the next king. Along with that, he also attracts enemies, and of course, heaps and heaps of girls that fell for him. But all these things don't serve the entertainment that he wanted. Now he focuses on his new goal, and that is to find his true identity, to know his place in the world, or whatever philosophy he needs to follow for his identity crisis. Deathmatch to the parallel world of Rhapsody. During his 30s, Ichiro Suzuki is a game programmer who beta tests the games in order to fix bugs. However, because of his hard work, he gets worn out and later finds himself in one of those RPG games he worked on. Not only that, he's forming that of his younger self. To be young again. Well, before he fully understood the weight of his situation, he suddenly gets ambushed by an army of lizardmen. Desperate to survive, RMC, now known as Sato Pendragon, uses all 3 special options, a skill he added to the games, so new players can kill all enemies in the area to defeat his enemies. However, he doesn't only kill the lizardmen, but also a god, which results in his level spiking to 310. What the fuck? Thus, he begins his journey with very OP stats. He is set to uncover the secret of this world and probably win the hearts of many women along the way. I mean, if you'd pick at the main character less, then this won't disappoint you. Trapped in a dating sim, the world of otome games is tough for mobs. Now, this one is a new series that you may find interesting. RMC was forced to play an otome game, dating simulator, that was set by a different social norm. The gender roles here are swapped, where the protagonists in the game are female and they try their chances with multiplayer men NPCs. Anyway, RMC, the only playing the otome game, was able to beat the game, and the cast of him being sleep deprived, heading out to the convenience store to get himself food, he suddenly collapses and finds himself in the last place he'd ever imagined. He has been yeeted into the game. As a mob character named Leon Bartford, he is basically trapped in a world that he flat out hates, and he has to navigate through that. He uses what he knows about the game to his advantage advantage and tries to save himself from a society where women are dominant over men. Fuck this world. Wise man's grandchild. Shin Wolford is a salary man who got reincarnated into a world filled with magic. With his memories retained, he starts as a young lad and is raised by the wizard Merlin. He displays unparalleled talent in magic and in combat as the years go by, potentially outgoing his masters. At the age of 15, he was enrolled in the Kingdom's Magic Academy in order to expand his knowledge and skills. However, his grandfather left out an important piece of information. He just so happened to be an esteemed and famous wizard in Orl's Height, so naturally he acquired that fame as well. Living a normal life posed to be difficult, as countless crafts, many girls fought for his attention. His journey is filled with making new friends and enemies, and his powers attracts as such. You'll have a good laugh with this one, so I highly suggest you watch it. How a realist hero rebuilds the kingdom. After the passing of Kazuya-sama grandfather, he was suddenly Isekai into the Alfredian kingdom. He was thrown into a world where a small country needed him to be a hero. Well, more like a tribute to battle. Dissatisfied with this, Kazuya offered to help the kingdom fix its declining economy by reforming the administration. With his great help, Kazuya is labeled as the realist hero and is crowned king of Elfie Island, all of Sidon, not to mention betrothed to the princess. But this doesn't stop other ladies from asking him to marry them too. He is now set on a quest to gather talented citizens that led him in bureaucratic battles and help the kingdom return to its glory. Tsukimichi, moonlit fantasy. Makoto Misumi's life has been set in stone, and his parents and an unknown goddess strike a deal. The said goddess sent Makoto to another world to become a hero, but because one deity deemed him hideous, he was stripped of his hero status. He gives him the ability to understand all languages except human as compensation. She also sends him to the farthest part of the land, away from humans. There is still hope for Makoto. As him being from another world, he is able to cast magic and is physically capable to survive this world. Later on, he meets all sorts of demi-humans and mythical creatures. They all end up being enamored and captivated by him, even the ladies. He now aims for building a community where everyone can live peacefully. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please subscribe to my channel. And guys, I know my English is so bad, but I hope you understand me. Well, you have been with you. See you later. Bye bye. And yes, if you don't mind, write something in the comments. That's how I know you like it. Thank you, my bro.